Hi guys, I'm Ed.
And I'm Harry.
Welcome back to another HOG OFF. Today we're discussing the world's most popular mobile-based game.
That's right. Pokemon Go has been capturing the heart of millions of children and man-children alike across the globe.
And you've got to catch them all.
You do. We're asking, how much longer does it have before the game dies out? Because let's face it, all mobile games eventually get boring.
They do. Let's talk about that. So Pokemon Go has now been out for about several weeks, and you can check out some of the other videos that we've done on it.
Yeah, we did quite a few of those. It's a very popular game, and that's what people want to see.
It is, and obviously there's not been much development in the game since they released it. They've addressed a couple of small bugs that happened around the initial launch, but the game has itself not really changed from around where it was at launch, like I said.
I mean, there are plans. Obviously, they plan to implement things like player versus player battles, for example.
That aren't in the gyms.
And I think sort of they're putting in like proper gym leaders and things like that you can go and challenge.
They recently revealed because there were 3 silhouettes, if you remember when you picked your team at level 5 of Valor, Instinct or Mystic, you'll find that there were a silhouette each that looked like some vague anime character.
Yeah.
And we thought that was just meant to be there as a thing, but actually turns out they're real characters.
Yeah,
now.
the gym leaders, and you can now sort of see what a gym leader is and what they represent and all that nonsense.
Niantic also recently said that the game is only 20% of what they want it to be when it's finished. So technically what we have is a very incomplete product, but actually works really well and has, like you said, captured the hearts of many children and man-children across the world.
The thing is though, I mean, how much more can they add to this game to keep it interesting? I mean, yes, you can add all the Pokemon. I mean, how many is there, like 800 now?
There's approaching 800.
I mean, Jesus, I mean, like, I'm enjoying this game right now because it is part nostalgia and it's part, being able to catch Pokemon, which is the dream, but I don't know, half of those 700 other Pokemon, that's not going to keep me entertained, to be honest. I mean, I don't see that being a reason to stick around and play the game.
The natural expansion of the games towards the other generations of Pokemon, you're right, is probably not the way to go with these games. But what they will have to do is they will have to expand into those generations, because you could probably still leave it as the original 150, 151 Pokemon just to keep the game balanced and easy. You could even expand into what is arguably canon, which would be the second generation. I mean, that's 100 extra Pokemon, which would make 251. That's still a lot, but that's achievable, Like, you have a 250 slot, but it pushes it a bit further, because we've already seen somebody in the US has caught every Pokemon that you can actually catch, because bear in mind, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno and Mewtwo and Ditto are currently not available in-game. We're not sure why.
And some are region locked per region.
I'm not actually sure if anyone's found a Farfetch'd yet, for instance.
Interesting.
Which I've heard is region locked to certain areas.
But I mean, just adding more Pokemon, I don't think it's going to be enough to keep that game fresh. And there's not much else you can do to keep interest relevant. And you said something very interesting about there a minute ago, which was keeping the game balanced. Now, part of the problem I have nowadays is that I got the game... first of all, I had to download it early, because, I wanted to play it early. People already had it for weeks at a time, and there are gym leaders that are like 10 levels higher than me. I'm playing this game quite a lot, but I'm never going to catch them up. So what are my hopes of recapturing my local gym and it's always filled with like a level 30 fucking person there with top level Pokemon? It's not fun for me.
To Niantic's credit, because it's obviously a freemium game, you don't have to pay for the game, but in order for them to get their revenue, they do have to charge you some money for certain things. But to their credit, it's not a pay-to-win game. So like you said, you do get these high-level players who are based with their high-level Pokemon in gyms that you probably won't ever beat. But at least they didn't pay to be there. Because then that just fucks you, and then you suddenly go, well, there's no point in me playing this anymore because I can't win and I don't want to have to keep looking for stronger Pokemon, which isn't what the game should be doing. And the fact that you can't buy candies, which are what you need to power up the Pokemon, or Stardust, which you need to also power up the Pokemon and do other things, that's great. But you're right, there's a real gap in some of the players' abilities, because when you've got people who are high level, you're screwed against people who aren't. Yeah, exactly. There's ways you can get around that. You've got to just work. Like, there's a lot of things that the game doesn't tell you, which you would have seen countless videos and articles telling you as well. That, the 7 things that Pokemon Go doesn't tell you that you should do. And actually, they're really good bits of advice.
Number 4 will shock you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, actually, these are all really good bits of advice that if you do see those videos, go and listen to them. Like, use your lucky eggs often to get more XP. Take down gyms if you can. Catch Pokemon that you've caught before, because you get experience points for that. And when you've caught 500 Zubat, evolve all the strongest ones that you can, because you'll probably just end up dumping them in gyms anyway, which is good. But also, you get loads of XP just for evolving them. And if you evolve a Pokemon to one that you don't have, you get even more.
Already, I'm bored. I'm bored listening to all that. I'm bored hearing it all. I've enjoyed the game. It's really good fun. I've had great fun going out and catching Pokemon, but I'm getting bored of how repetitive it is.
That's fair enough.
And, you know, something like adding new Pokemon, it's not going to change that. And
If anything, it'll make it worse.
exactly. I mean, I'm getting a bit fed up of everything, really. And it's just not as interesting as it was when it first got announced and first played.
I don't know if that's the case, because it was still very exciting. It's
to
just,
me it
in
is.
terms of longevity, though, I'm still not, like, even as a big fan of it, I'm still not really sure where this is going to go. And it's hard because so many people are trying to open this up to different franchises.
Yeah.
You've seen Harry Potter people, which is just a bit eye-rolling.
Sorry, just a note to anyone signing a petition for the Harry Potter version of Pokemon Go, just let us have this one.
Yeah, please.
Please, there's always a new Harry Potter thing out. This is our thing.
Game of Thrones as well.
It doesn't work. It doesn't apply.
Like, it works so well as Pokemon. Stop trying to get your favourite franchise crammed into AR technologies. It's dull and I can't be bothered.
Anyway,
Yeah.
apologies for that.
But yeah, the longevity is kind of scary. Like you said, adding more Pokemon, it's not going to help. It'll only make the problem that you currently have worse. But there's other things you can do. There's breeding that they'll start introducing. There's battling. There's trading. So there's ways of kind of getting that Pokemon a bit easier. What they also need to maybe do is try and get ways of encouraging people to socialise more, or give them an incentive to go out more other than you might find Pokemon.
Now that is a great idea, because one thing I've loved about playing the game is the social element of it. And I've been walking on the streets, meeting people doing this. I'm like, you playing it? Yeah. What team are you? Yeah. Instinct. Yeah. Nice one. This one.
That's one of the best bits.
That's the best thing about it, and that is great. And more features like that would be fantastic, like maybe meetups or
or a friend list.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I mean, again, those are kind of things we can do without the games prompting us to do it.
It's a good point, and you're right. There does seem to be a lot of kind of things that they would need to kind of weave into it, like a more social side, because at the moment it is just a very solitary thing that you happen to play socially or cooperative when you meet people, but that's not what you want. You kind of want an in-game cooperative option, or like I said, a friends list, the ability to see your friends on the map. There's still loads of bugs they haven't ironed out as well that might actually help with those. But yeah, like it's hard to say, because those are a lot of things that are wrong with the game, and we've kind of talked about a lot of things that are good with the game, but we're not really sure where the game can go. But do any of you guys know where the game can go? If you do, let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to hear other people's opinions on this discussion, because it's still a very grey area.
Exactly. I mean, it's a very exciting thing. It still is. It's showing no signs of slowing down. And to be honest, Niantic, they don't do anything really. They could just leave the game as it is, and people would still love it and play it.
But that being said, fix the fucking tracking thing. I'm sick of seeing 3 footprints underneath a Pokemon.
Yeah.
I need to see more or fewer.
See, someone saw a Mewtwo shadow with footprints on it, and I was like, what? It's like, does that mean there was one nearby, or was that a glitch? We'll never know. We'll never know.
Really? Where was that?
I don't know, it's on the news somewhere.
Blimey.
We'll try and find that article and put it somewhere down there.
Maybe. If it's not down there, we couldn't find it and Harry made it up.
Oh, yeah, it was Reddit. Oh.
Okay, fair enough. Either way,
Anyway, guys.
thank you very much for watching this Pokemon Go Hog Off, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Bye.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, guys. Do subscribe and check out our other Pokemon Go videos up there.
Where did you get this? It's so stretchy and
Amazon,
awkward.
I think?
It's like wearing
I think it was from
thermals.
I think it was from Japan, and they only had sort of smaller sizes, so I guess they make it stretchy for Westerners who have more.
It's extra large.
Yeah.
Click here for more Hog Offs.
Yes, because this isn't the one debate. We've done quite a few of these now.
We've done a couple now, yeah. You might enjoy those if you enjoyed this, but
yeah, those are a bit more heated than this.
I'm
This is
sorry,
more of a
I've got to
passive
take this shirt
discussion.
off. I'm sorry, you finish off.
Subscribe, like the video, and click that thing up there.
You suck.
I know.